Hey Gemini, how are you?
Hey there, I'm doing well, thanks for asking. It's always nice to chat. How can I help you today?
What can I call you?
You can call me Gemini.
Can I call you Gem?
Sure, Jim works for me. What
Okay.
can I do for you?
Okay, hey Gem. So question. I just started a channel on YouTube and I kind of want to be able to make it, successful. Any tips?
Sure thing. Making a successful YouTube channel takes time and effort, but it's definitely doable. Here are a few tips to get you started. First, focus on creating high quality content that people will actually want to watch. It needs to be interesting, engaging, and something that stands out from the crowd. Second, figure out who your target audience is and make videos that they'll love. The more specific you can get, the better. Third, don't be afraid to experiment with different video styles and formats to see what works best for you and your audience. And finally, be patient. It takes time to build a following on YouTube, so don't get discouraged if you don't see results right away.
Okay, that sounds good. So have you heard about the term where data is the new oil?
Yeah, I have definitely heard that data is the new oil. It's a popular analogy that highlights how valuable data has become in today's world. Just like oil, data can be refined to create something even more valuable, like gasoline or plastics. But there's also a lot of debate about how accurate the analogy really is.
Okay, so what I noticed is that YouTube has a lot of data available to creators. So things like such as like comments and other videos and their data, and specifically the YouTube analytics section. I'm wondering how I can use that data to, help me, you know, with my videos and my channel.
Okay, so YouTube Analytics is a goldmine for figuring out what's working with your videos and channel. You can see which videos get the most views, where your audience is coming from, how long people are watching, and tons of other useful stuff. The trick is putting that data to work for you. For example, if you see a video that's getting a lot more views than your others, try to figure out why. Maybe it's the topic, the style, or something else. Then you can try to make more videos like that. Or if you notice a lot of people are dropping off halfway through your videos, that tells you might need to pick up the pace or make some changes to keep them interested.
Okay, what do you mean by pick up the pace?
When I say pick up the pace, I mean you might want to try editing your videos so they move a little faster. Maybe the cuts between shots are too slow, or maybe there are long pauses where nothing interesting is happening. You want to keep your viewers engaged, so you need to keep things moving along.
Okay. Okay then. So I'm also aware that YouTube has a lot of other tools that are helpful, such as notebooklm, Gemini, you yourself, Gemini, and Google AI, and just a bunch of tools like AppScript. So I'm wondering if there's a way I can use those tools, any of those tools, free, and YouTube Analytics as a way to kind of get help with my video titles and hashtags, something similar to vidIQ. Any tips?
Yeah, you can definitely use some of those tools to help with your video titles and hashtags. YouTube Analytics can show you what kinds of titles and tags are working for other videos on the platform. And something like Google Search can help you brainstorm ideas and see what people are searching for. Would you like me to give you an example of how you could use these tools together?
Sure. Yes.
Okay, here's a breakdown of how you could use YouTube Analytics and other tools to come up with better titles and hashtags. First, head over to your YouTube channel and check out the Analytics section. Look for videos that are performing well and see what their titles and tags are. This will give you a good idea of what's working on your channel. Next, take a look at the tags that are getting the most clicks. Those are the ones that are clearly resonating with your audience. Try to incorporate some of those terms into your future videos. After that, it's time to get creative. Think about what makes your videos unique and try to come up with titles and tags that highlight those features. This is where tools like Google Search can come in handy. You can use it to find relevant keywords and phrases that you can include in your titles and tags. Finally, don't be afraid to experiment. Try out different combinations of titles and tags to see what gets the best results. You might be surprised by what works.
Okay, now for some advanced type of stuff, is there a way I can pull in the API from the Google Analytics into any of Google's other products like app script or, I don't know, Google AI Studio or notebooklm and get in-depth analysis from there and suggestions from that?
Absolutely. You can definitely use the YouTube Analytics API to pull data into other Google products for deeper analysis. This kind of project would likely involve a combination of tools. YouTube Analytics API. This is where you'll get the raw data on your channel's performance. Google Apps Script. This lets you automate tasks and interact with different Google services. You could use it to fetch the data from the API and process it. Google Sheets. A spreadsheet can be a great way to organize and visualize the data you pull in. Looker Studio. This tool is specifically designed for data exploration, visualization, and insights. With this setup, you could build a custom dashboard in Looker Studio to track your channel's performance over time, identify trends, and even create reports. You could also use Google AI tools to analyze the data and find patterns that might not be obvious at first glance.
Okay, like which AI tools are you talking about?
Google has a few different AI tools that could be useful for this. One option is their AutoML service, which can create custom machine learning models without a lot of coding. Another is their Cloud Natural Language API, which can analyze text for things like sentiment, entities, and syntax. You could even experiment with some of the newer, more experimental AI tools from Google AI, like those built on top of TensorFlow or PyTorch.
Which one of these are free?
Well, to start, there are free tiers for most of Google's cloud-based services, including the ones we've been talking about. That means you can get started with them without spending any money. But keep in mind, those free tiers usually have limits on how much you can use the service. If your channel starts to take off, you might find yourself needing to upgrade to a paid plan.
Okay. So I've been experimenting with notebooklm and adding, like, I downloaded my YouTube Analytics. So this is not the API, but I downloaded Analytics in a spreadsheet form, put it into the API, into, what's that thing called? Oh my God, I'm messing up here. I put it into notebooklm, and from there, I just, talked to the data. Is that a thing where I can get video title suggestions and hashtag? Is that, useful?
Yeah, using a large language model like notebooklm with your YouTube Analytics data could definitely help you come up with video title and hashtag ideas. Since you already have the data in there, you can start asking it questions about your channel's performance. For example, you could ask it things like, what are my most popular video topics? Or, which videos have the highest viewer retention? Then, once you have a good understanding of what's working, you can start asking notebooklm to generate ideas based on that information.
Well, the analytics in Google already tells you the performance and the most watched videos. What other unique things can we get from notebooklm that is not in, Google Analytics?
You're right, Google Analytics already gives you a lot of that performance data. But what notebooklm can do is help you find patterns and connections in your data that might not be super obvious. For example, it could analyze your video descriptions and titles to see which keywords or phrases seem to be working best. Or it might identify unexpected correlations between things like your audience demographics and the types of videos they like. That kind of insight could help you make smarter decisions about your content strategy.
Okay, well, you've been very helpful. Thank you very much. This has been great conversation, Gem.
Anytime. Let me know if anything else comes up.
Sure will. Bye.